even getting lurkers out. This is pretty audacious. Both these players doing some pretty audacious things here. Well, actually, more Soulkey. 3 hatch before pool into ridiculously fast queens, or not queens, into ridiculously fast hive tech. That's pretty insane here. Pretty much no map presence at all. Pretty much no military to speak of for Soulkey, and still deciding to go for this kind of a build. And some decent micro there by the Wraiths, able to take down one of the Scourge before they were able to land. And actually might be able to pick up another Overlord, and the Scourge coming in, and okay, the Wraiths are okay, but able to pick off another Scourge, and needs to be careful. Another Scourge going down. Lots of Scourge being taken down, but it looks like one paper plane did die, and maybe 2 did. I think there might only be 1 left in that cloud. Can't tell for sure. And some dumb Hydras, some poor control there by Soulkey, allowing his Hydras to like chase after those Wraiths, and he lost a couple to those tanks. A little bit of a mistake there by Soulkey. And now, I don't know why he has Overlords planted around the map. This is just a bad idea. It kind of doesn't make any sense. You know he's got map presence with the Wraiths. Why would you, like, tempt your Wraith's fate, or your Overlord's fate by spreading them out like this? And he's lost several here, and I don't like that by Soulkey. I think you got to keep them with your main army. You got to keep them relatively close so you can defend them. He's sending another one down. He's asking them to die pretty much, but he does have a huge batch of lurkers. Looks like maybe 6, 8 lurkers, something like that, coming down. But remember, Forgg has tanks. Tanks wreck lurkers pretty easily. It's without some swarm, without some backup. Maybe he's just going to try and set up a contain here on the broad bridges and try and hold Forgg off that way. But the thing is that Forgg can expand to the bottom left if he wants to. I mean, he doesn't have to cross his bridges. It's not a terrible position. It's not like Destination, where if you get contained on your bridges, you're in trouble. On this map, if you get contained on your bridges, it's not that terrible. The bridges are pretty broad. You have another escape route that's actually very, very broad and large as well. So, not as crucial is that in that contain as it is on Destination. We got a Defiler round coming up as well, so getting Defilers out is going to be so crucial. How fast can he get them up? Can he get consumed done in time to save himself? And tanks coming out here, and a Science Vessel able to get some detection out, and a couple lurkers are going down, and a couple are going to be irradiated as well. So once again, some not great play by Soulkey, burrowing those lurkers again in a location where they could actually be hit by those tanks. Just doesn't quite have the timing or the range reflexes up to get those lurkers just out of position. Taking a couple extra shots. Nothing died, but they will die shortly. They don't have very much life at all. Those are some very fragile lurkers right now. And Forgg's push out being pretty effective here, taking the middle, getting to the middle of the map. Will he be able to take the middle? And Forgg with a little bit of a sloppy play, losing a Wraith, but still he's taking the middle of the map, and Soulkey has nothing. Soulkey has nothing. He's got like two lurkers and a few Hydralisks, and that's about it. He's got like no defense. Okay, there we go. Now he's finally spawned some units at his natural expansion, but I don't think that's gonna be enough. There's three Science Vessels, it looks like. I'm gonna start seeing some Irradiates getting into pretty strong flow here, and it's going to be really important that he saves his first couple Defilers. There they are. They have come out. If those things get irradiated, you can just cross Soulkey off your list. He is done for. We see one Defiler heading over to the third base, and absolutely imperative that he keeps this third base alive. This third base goes down, that's GG. If those Defilers go down right now early, that's GG. This is a really difficult position for Soulkey when you go for this kind of early hive. You really have to execute it very well. And now here he comes in, coming in for the attack. There's a swarm going down. A couple of Science Vessels might go down. No, none of them go down. Some good micro there by Forgg, able to save them. And actually an attack coming in at the natural as well for Forgg. Hasn't really lost too many Marines at the third. Backed off from that swarm and sent another bat to the natural expansion. Going to try and do some damage there. And only one medic with that group being taken down, another swarm going down, but Forgg able to save most of those Marines if he crosses the ramp. Okay, well still, he's able to save most of those Marines, so very little damage being done to Forgg's forces here, and Soulkey has been forced to expend a lot to do this, and Forgg taking a third base. Forgg looking very pretty right now, sitting in good shape. Soulkey's running out of time. Let's just put it that way. Soulkey is absolutely running out of time, running out of units, running out of everything. He is in huge trouble, trying to swarm as much as he can, but he doesn't have very many units. He's consuming everything he can, doing a series of swarms, but he just doesn't have enough units. He's pushing Forgg back temporarily, but Forgg is in such good shape that Soulkey needs to not only beat this back, he needs to counter. He can't just be happy to defend. Forgg with a third base is just going to be absolutely insane here, and I just don't think Soulkey can do it. Just looking at his unit composition, just looking at his at what he's got, it's just not enough. He just doesn't really have enough going for him here. And Forgg forgetting a batch of his Marines, so they're gonna get slaughtered there. Boom! They all die. That's a bloody mess. Someone's gonna have to take care of that. That's ugly. But Soulkey survives for now. Looks like he's going to go try and set up for a 4th base, but that's really late 4th base compared to Forgg's 3rd. And actually, I'm not even sure if Soulkey knows about the 3rd base coming up here. More lurkers being irradiated. Needs to irradiate those defilers. I'm not sure what Forgg's thinking. There's not really much anti-air. There hasn't been Scourge out for a while. He needs to get the defilers, and it looks like he actually did get the defilers. Well, it looks like he had enough energy there, and he's starting to build up a nice little cloud there. I want to say six right now, science vessels, and now he's just starting to irradiate over things, just standing them over Zerglings and allowing the Zerglings to run through, and the 4th base being slaughtered, lurkers not being burrowed. Soulkey, things are falling apart for Soulkey. He looks pretty bad right now, and yeah, this looks pretty awful. Defiler going down there as well, a racer trick going on at the 3rd. This is awful. Soulkey is done. Soulkey can just GG whenever. 3rd base hatchery is going down, and yeah, this is it. This is over. Too many science vessels in the air. There's nothing Soulkey can do about this. All he can do at this point is try and delay the game and wear Forgg down a little bit, and hope that the follow-up, whoever comes after Soulkey, can come up with something to beat Forgg. This is not pretty at all from Soulkey. I mean, it was a very audacious build going with those 3 hatches before pool and that extremely early hive, but it just isn't going to pan out. He sent a squad of Zerglings down to the bottom left, going to stop mining at this base for a little while, but reinforcements from Forgg should be more than enough to take care of that, and they are going to be able to, and then he'll just be able to take that base again, and yeah, it's not gonna work well. We got a bunch of Firebats coming out here, another squad of units coming out for Forgg, and the pressure is just going to be on Soulkey for the rest of the game. He's going to get contained at his bridges. He's not going to be allowed to take his 3rd again. A couple science vessels actually being caught there by Scourge, so. But yeah, this is Soulkey's trying. I mean, actually, I'm kind of surprised that Soulkey's actually still able to hold Forgg off right now. Pretty admirable that he's still alive, but long term, just not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. And Forgg's trying to set up for a 4th base as well, and Soulkey still has no map presence, no map presence at all. His map presence outside of his base zone of control is a single solitary lurker wandering around, and I think it might actually be going down. Ooh, some Scourge coming in here, and might actually be able to take down 1 science vessel, maybe a 2nd if there was 2 in that little clump. I think there was only 1 though, and yeah, these this 3rd base is going to go down yet again, and Scourge saying hello to science vessels. I don't want to hit you because I guess I'm friends with you now, and now one of them finally turns around and actually is able to pick off a science vessel. But this is so over, so over. Third base going down for the 2nd time here. Not going to be able to mine here. Not going to be able to do much of anything here, and Soulkey just delaying. That's all he's doing. Soulkey's just delaying. He's like, ooh, I'm on TV. This very rarely happens. I want to stay on as long as possible. Big plague going down, catching all of the science vessels. Yeah, maybe if that Overlord has something in it. Ooh, there's a lurker in it, so he's gonna try and lurker this 3rd base for Forgg. If Forgg notices this and takes care of that pretty quickly, and moving right into the main with a bunch of forces. So yeah. Soulkey doesn't have anything left. I think he just loaded up a bunch of Overlords maybe for a drop. Nope. Soulkey, GG's. Forgg gets the win. KT Roaster is going to go up 1-0. We're going to go on to the 2nd set. See who Fusion Stars decide to send out. Soulkey was just didn't work. He had an interesting build that clearly had this planned out, but it just didn't work. Not enough map presence. Just wasn't going to work against 2-port rates, and made some sloppy errors here and there, but good win by Forgg. KT gets a 1-0 lead. We'll be going on to the 2nd set. I'll see you guys there.